It is time for AJ Styles to take on Kofi Kingston. Whoa, no, this ain't right. Dean Ambrose has been challenged by AJ Styles to face him at Extreme Rules. He is calling out Corin right now one more time. Challenging him doesn't work anymore. They are done. Okada will put his whole career on the line just to face Corin. There will be no Kazuchika Okada, only Corin, the Rain Killer. The match is on at Extreme Rules. The saga will come to an end at Extreme Rules, but which way will it go? Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live, and it is a busy episode as well. Just 1 week removed from the evening where Kazuchika Okada threatened to put his career on the line to face Corin one last time in Extreme Rules. The match is on, and that is going to be a huge one. However, here tonight we have more to focus on for Smackdown Live. There is plenty more to talk about, plenty more for us to enjoy, including a thrilling main event to this evening. Shinsuke Nakamura to go one-on-one against Samoa Joe. There is, of course, no challenger currently for Brock Lesnar's WWE Championship. With Extreme Rules about a week and a half away, there's every incentive to try and get a challenger around the corner as quickly as possible. That is all to come here tonight, but we're going to start off this evening with Matt Riddle in action, one-on-one against... I don't know, is the honest truth. However, what I do know is that Matt Riddle has been on a slump as of late, has been suffering numerous losses to his name, and it's not something that Riddle will want to continue. It's not something that he wants to continue having as a heavy burden. A hot start to his career on SmackDown Live it was. He beat, I believe he didn't beat Bobby Fish in his debut, did he? Or did he? I can't remember. He beat someone in his debut anyway, that's all that matters. But since then, it's petered back downhill for Matt Riddle. Wasn't in the Royal Rumble, taken out by Corin, of course. And, well, 2 weeks ago we saw him lose to Sheamus, the newest member of the Dangerous Alliance, finally settling the business between those two, I think is the proper way to put it. I don't know who Riddle's facing here tonight, and I don't know what the interest surrounding it may be, but I'm sure we will find out in just a moment's time. We'll wait to see who... Oh yes! Oh yes indeed! The Bruiserweight has joined SmackDown Live! Pete Dunne! What a signing this is! The former NXT Global Champion has made the jump from NXT to SmackDown Live. Jesus Christ indeed. Dunne is... Wow. Dunne is a member of SmackDown Live, and this is going to be one hell of an NXT match right now. Two graduates from NXT locking horns to kick things off on this episode of SmackDown Live. Dunne. We didn't know what the future held for him following NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, but here is the answer. SmackDown Live and a chance to fight some of the very best, and a chance to fight a guy who never got a big win over him in NXT, in Matt Riddle. And here we go between these two. They know each other well enough, and let's see what's going to happen right now. Riddle and Dunne to kick off the evening. About 8 months ago, this would have been the opening match on NXT. And now here we are on SmackDown Live. Matt Riddle starting off big here. Irish whip there. Well, I say starting off big. There was a great double underhook suplex from Pete Dunne. Big spine buster though by Matt Riddle, and here we go now. Things starting to heat up between these two men. As I said, they know each other well. They've been through enough battles with each other to know the ins and outs. They know how to beat each other. They know how to get the win. As I said, though, Riddle never really got that big win. He never got the title away from Pete Dunne. But now, of course, with no title around either's waist, it is all about getting themselves back up the list here on SmackDown Live. All about making a name for themselves on the blue brand. And what a way it is to kick things off. Great duck under. Lovely German suplex from Pete Dunne. Has Matt Riddle right where he wants him. Riddle, though, able to bust out a counter. Dunne counters back. Look at that. Counter for counter there. Two men able to counter each other repeatedly. Riddle in now. German suplex. And a heavy hit for Pete Dunne. This is not going to be an easy debut for him by no means whatsoever. Dunne instantly has to arrive and has to learn to fight to earn his keep on SmackDown Live. Another German suplex from Riddle. Things started a little bit slow for him, but they've been picking up. Oh, what a counter. What a counter to the Alabama Slam there by Pete Dunne. He covers him here, trying to put away Matt Riddle. Kick out at 2. From the master of the bro mission. Dunne, Irish whip off the ropes. Good duck under there. Ducks under again. Oh, to hit that big forearm right in the face. And Riddle unable to capitalize there. Good counter from him, though. Good counter from Dunne. These two guys, look at how back and forth they are right now. Reading each other's game so well. Riddle in with the kicks. Leg caught, but a big knee. And another one takes down Pete Dunne. Oh, come on. No. This can't be happening. That's the theme of Sheamus. I thought business was done between these two men. But the man who has just slid into the ring says otherwise. Sheamus, bro kick. Bro kick to Riddle. Referee never saw it. And Pete Dunne will seize the victory. I don't think Dunne ever saw it either. But the bro kick ends it. Pete Dunne wins his SmackDown debut, but it is a tainted one. Why would Sheamus get involved in that business? Why would Sheamus choose to attack Matt Riddle after their business was over? Why? Sheamus already has the win over Riddle, but he took it to further measures to try and send his point across. That was a spoiled match for us right there. We had the chance to see something great happen, and it got taken away from us instead. Nevertheless, time to move on here. Our next contest of the evening on its way. The Riott squad want to get under the skin of the SmackDown Women's Champion, Nikki Cross, as early as they can, heading into that match of Extreme Rules, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Liv Morgan is going to go one-on-one against Nikki Cross. Of course, we know that Ruby Riott will be facing Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's title at Extreme Rules. Here tonight, it is all about Liv Morgan and the opportunity that she has to help out her leader, to help her out towards getting a successful title victory for the Riott squad. Whether or not that'll work, we will find out, but definitely not past the Riott squad to try and take advantage of an opportunity. I mean, it was Ruby Riott's assault on Nikki Cross a few weeks back that led to this whole scenario taking place. And now, of course, just over a week from now, they will meet in a very, very interesting match that is on its way for us. No doubt about that one. I'm looking forward to it. And certainly when this woman's involved, things can get much, much more personal. And when you add the title into the mix, that's every reason for it. Nikki Cross going to be gearing up for this one right now. The two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, two-time NXT Women's Champion as well. Cross was briefly served a backhand towards the end of the year by the Originals, but she's the one who stands tall now. She's the one who gets the say, really, of what's going on around here, as she is the one leading the women's division. Cross heading towards the ring with this match. A very important match, there's no doubt about it. Everything is key. Momentum is oh so key. Heading towards the pay-per-view, and also doing whatever you can as well to cost the Riott squad a little bit, to dip the advantage away from them, and maybe to prove the numbers game won't always be the most effective. We saw it last week with Sarah Logan against the debuting Tegan Nox. Nox was looking to pick up a huge win, but the numbers game proved too much. The attack, well, not the attack, but the distraction grabbing of the leg by, was it Morgan or was it Riott? I can't remember which one it was. One of those two women got involved. Grabbed the leg. I think it was Riott. And all of a sudden, that brief, little, tiny distraction led in to the advantage and the victory for Sarah Logan. We'll see if the same will happen here tonight. Those numbers advantage that the Riott squad have can always be used. And can always end up going the way that they want the match to go. That is for certain. We are underway though between these two right now. Cross and Morgan, squaring off. Logan and Riott at ringside. Ruby Riott standing a little bit away from the apron like she's trying to always be in the vision of the SmackDown Women's Champion. Maybe just trying to play some mental games heading into next Sunday's title match. Nikki Cross needs to keep her attention locked on Liv Morgan if she wants to walk out with the win here this evening. Big shot in the chest there by Nikki Cross, and here she goes to work right now, attacking the arm of Liv Morgan, just trying to keep her down. Definitely not looking at Ruby Riott right now as she bends the arm of Liv Morgan in the opposite direction. Interesting to see what the referee's leniency as well will be towards the actions of the Riott squad, how much he'll allow them to get involved. I wonder about that as well, because you never know. He might decide that one and done. We saw him incredibly lenient last week, was it, with Paul Heyman? Maybe the referee's deciding that he doesn't want to be so lenient here tonight. He might want to take matters into his own hands. Good counter with that big forearm there by Liv Morgan. Super kick into the gut. Drop kicks the leg away from Nikki Cross as well. This is all about making sure that next Sunday is easier for Ruby Riott to take the title away from Nikki Cross. That's all it's about, making it as easy as possible. And the numbers game starting to already have an impact. Sarah Logan getting up on the apron there. Nikki Cross having some words with her, but that will allow Liv Morgan to take advantage with a drop kick from behind there. And if that happens next Sunday, it could be a drop kick, it could be a Riott kick, and it could be a new SmackDown Women's Champion in Ruby Riott. All it takes is a split-second distraction in a title match, and you could kiss that belt goodbye. Big counter to the Hurricanrana there. Face planting, and that was Morgan. Nikki Cross right now having control over the member of the Riott squad. And here we go, up on the shoulders. Samoan driver, going to plant her into the mat. There it is. Cover made. Going to look for the win here. Has she done enough to put her away? Not yet. Morgan kicks out at 2. But that ain't going to stop Nikki Cross from staying on the... Oh, look at that. Liv Morgan up to her feet. Face planting. Nikki Cross into the mat right there. Look for a leaping DDT maybe. Nice counter from Nikki Cross. Another Samoan driver incoming. Nails her with it. Cover made in the ropes though. That probably would have been the one to end it, in all honesty. That probably had a 3 count written all over it. But so too might this. Fisherman's neck breaker. Right in front of the Riott squad. Right for them to look at. And right for Ruby Riott to see what could be her fate next Sunday. Logan getting involved. And the referee arguing with her right now, telling her to get down. These numbers games starting to have an advantage already. But Liv Morgan is completely weak. Unable to move. And unable to stop a second Fisherman's neck breaker. Cross goes into the cover. Looking to put her away. And again. Second time in a row. She'll get involved here. Wait a minute, the referee, he is not going to mess around. He is getting rid of Sarah Logan here. Logan kicked out. Ruby Riott stands on her own now. And Liv Morgan, almost questioning what happened as Logan is forced back up the ramp here. Wait a minute, Morgan go for a sledgehammer. This is the ultimate way to try and take care of business, but a big stop there by Nikki Cross. Drop kick into the face. And things might be about to end. Sleeper hold locked in here. And Liv Morgan quickly taps out as well. Nikki Cross has done it. A SmackDown Women's Champ with a glare to her challenger as she celebrates victory on SmackDown Live. Cross getting one over on the Riott squad right there and talking down to it. Oh! They jumped in at the right place, right time. Riott squad jumping Nikki Cross. And this tells the tale of what could happen at Extreme Rules. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got to go backstage. Apparently there's an altercation happening backstage now. And we've got to move to it instantly. That is Shawn Michaels. The Heartbreak Kid, who retired about a month ago. What is Michaels doing here? And why is he attacking Sheamus of all people? It was Bobby Fish who took the credit for retiring him. And it's Shawn Michaels who's back with a bang. Sweet chin music. Sweet chin music to Sheamus. Oh, what was so much to digest within about a minute? Maybe not even that. The Heartbreak Kid back with a bang. There is plenty to discuss right there. What did we just see? The Riott squad attacking Cross and laying her out. And now, Michaels of all people attacking Sheamus and laying him backstage with the sweet chin music. There is already so much to talk about on this episode of SmackDown Live. That much is for certain. Wow. Well, we have to move on here to our next contest of the evening. And what an interesting contest this is going to be. In Ambrose against Ricochet one-on-one, and in the light of what we just saw, there is plenty to talk about, and plenty I still have to talk about. Remember, this match, one of the people in this match rather, Dean Ambrose, has a challenge sent his way for Extreme Rules for a date with AJ Styles to finish things between them once and for all. And I wonder what the ideology and what is going through the mind of that man, the Lunatic Fringe. What is running through his head as he thinks about everything, as he thinks about a chance to get revenge on AJ Styles for turning his back on him, as he thinks about the chance for a match that he's been waiting so long for. I wonder. What he can't do with that right now, though, is use it to decentralize his focus from Ricochet. Absolutely, he cannot afford to turn his attention away from Ricochet. He must keep it on him, especially with Kota Ibushi at ringside, who has been on a roll as of late with victories over both Shinsuke Nakamura and Sheamus over the last 2 weeks. Ibushi has been running through the ranks, and Ricochet definitely hoping to do the same against another former world champion. Well, the opportunity is there for him. All he has to try and do is jump for it, basically, and take full advantage of it. Bell rings and we are underway. Ambrose versus Ricochet shall begin here. These two men definitely got respect for one another, but they know what's at stake. They know what they got to do to win. And they know that they can't sacrifice anything in order to secure it either. Ambrose taking Ricochet to the turnbuckle. It was Ricochet who backed Ambrose up against the first turnbuckle. Ambrose doing the same, and ooh! Bit of a cheap shot there from Ambrose, and that may have been used to fire up Ricochet, and that is exactly what he's looking to do here. The king of high flying certainly is Ricochet. Can he use it here to pick up his first singles win in some time? Ibushi watching on at ringside. For no reason at all, he's taking his shirt off. I'm not complaining. But what is interesting to see is there's no feeling of an AJ Styles around here right now. And in fact, the only time I think the originals will be around is in a match that they're in later on. I haven't seen Styles around or Balor. They definitely sent their message last week, though. Shooting star press attempt there by Ricochet. Ambrose moving out of the way. Referee getting clocked in the process. Ricochet, though, not letting up. He's going to stay on that money right now. Right out in front of Ibushi goes Ambrose. Ricochet over the top rope. Didn't even touch the ropes. Right over the top rope. Cleaned it. Cleared it. Ambrose down. Right up to his feet. And right into a big power bomb from Ambrose. What a counter there from Dean Ambrose. Ricochet, though, able to fight back right away thanks to the rope break. Dean Ambrose has to look good here if he wants to be ready for his match that I assume is coming next Sunday at Extreme Rules. Suplex there. Ambrose going to go up high now. Try to play Ricochet's own game against him. Elbow drop attempt and he missed it. Missed with the elbow drop. Nice driver into the ground right there. Snapmare driver from Ricochet. Turning him right around. Reverse suplex. Yes, something along those lines. Reverse suplex bomb. Cover made. Kick out at one, however. Very impactful back and forth match so far here on Smackdown Live. Very much so. Both guys swinging at one another and hoping that something sticks. Drop kick into the back there by Ricochet. Up high he looks to go here. Ambrose with a big chop counters him, and it could be an unfortunate ride on its way for Ricochet. He's used to flying from the top rope, but this isn't the fashion in which he'd want to go about that business. Double underhook superplex. And Ricochet comes flying from the top. Cover made after it, and look at that. Ricochet able to kick out relatively early on there. Ambrose definitely not in the clear yet. Spinning kick in the gut there by Ricochet. Has him up against the ropes again. This time, Irish whip. Big spine buster by Ricochet. Great strength there. We're going to see now kicking the... Wait a minute. Is he going to do with the people's elbow here? Oh, stops himself. Oh, standing moonsault. Thing of beauty. Covers Ambrose. But the lunatic fringe. Kicking out relatively early there. Nice work there. Face first into the mat he goes. Flatliner. Turning him round. Reverse Rana. Ambrose is looking sketchy right now. Ricochet going to go to that top rope. Ricochet went for the elbow drop, and Ambrose evaded it. Smart of Ambrose to do that. He was none the wiser. It could have been trying to psych him up for the 630 as well. Could have Ricochet. Forearm in the face. Lunatic lariat. Got all of it. And now Ambrose looking to close things out in the middle of the ring. Dirty deeds. And that could be the fate of AJ Styles next Sunday at Extreme Rules. The cover from Ambrose. And he has beaten Ricochet in a fast-paced, exciting matchup. Ricochet maybe played his cards too close to his chest, trying to keep it safe. And the high-flying ventures, Ambrose had them read. And certainly as well, with the current mindset Dean Ambrose is in, he has to be on top of his game to finally attempt to vanquish an old foe in AJ Styles. I'm certainly excited for that match, and I'm certainly hoping that it'll come our way next Sunday as well. And I think Ambrose shares the same idea with us all. Well, coming up next was supposed to be a singles match to hype up the tag team bout, but that's not the case because someone just came through the crowd, and that someone is Shawn Michaels. It wasn't just a one-off what he did just a few minutes ago with Sheamus. Michaels is here to make a message. Michaels is here to talk to the crowd. He is very happy to be back. And of course, we know that Michaels has retired. He is here to offer valuable insight and experience to someone on SmackDown Live, someone in particular who has caught his eye over the last few weeks. I love how he just doesn't even gloss over the fact that he kicked Sheamus in the face. And he hasn't changed one bit, has he? Shawn Michaels talking about how he started on a hot streak, how he's fizzled out, how he's been screwed over though every single turn by Bobby Fish and the Dangerous Alliance. He knows who that person is and he wants to offer the assistance to none other than the man we saw in action earlier on this evening, Matt Riddle. Will Riddle take up? Yes, yes he will. There's the answer. Matt Riddle, hearing the words of the Heartbreak Kid, making his way out here this evening. You can certainly see that Michaels has left the attire behind. Casual wear for him now. Matt Riddle, I've only just got out of the shower from his match, still in his attire. And I wonder what he thinks of what Shawn Michaels just said to him. Or rather said about him. It's true that he has buzzed out of his hot start that he had. And Matt Riddle is aware of it though. He wants he would love the help. He is honored by this. He grew up watching Shawn Michaels, but he knows that he can't wrestle anymore. He knows that the cowardly attack of Fish and the beating of Brock Lesnar ended his career. So Riddle has to know, and I think we all have to, how exactly can Shawn Michaels assist Matt Riddle? And you can see the tones in which Michaels already calling him kid. Wants to know how he can help him. Michaels wants to mentor him, be his manager, teach him the ins and outs, be by his side at every single moment. Plus, he's Shawn Michaels. He has got his say around here, and if he is by the side of Riddle, then the sky is the limit for Riddle indeed. And Riddle is absolutely on board. Hell yes is his answer. He would be honored to learn from the Heartbreak Kid. Michaels and Riddle together would be an unstoppable force on SmackDown Live in his eyes. And there's a drop of the bro as well. He hasn't finished talking either. Riddle, it seems, a little bit too excited to cease here. With him by his side, he can achieve his revenge. He knows Michaels can't wrestle, but with his open challenge to the Dangerous Alliance for a match at Extreme Rules, he is sending out an open invitation to anyone who hates them as much as Riddle does. Who has the balls to stand with him against the Dangerous Alliance? An open challenge being put out there, and a new mentor for Matt Riddle to look up to. There was a reason Shawn Michaels came back, and we're going to be seeing a lot of him as well. Michaels and Riddle, partners in crime it seems, on SmackDown Live, and their first task is the Dangerous Alliance. Well, that was very interesting news indeed. I like the sound of it, Riddle and Michaels, but who will stand alongside them if the challenge is to be made and set out for Extreme Rules against the Dangerous Alliance? That is an important question to ask. It just all depends on when we'll get the answer, but as for now, we are setting up for another tag team match here. The tag team match at Extreme Rules for the tag team titles, the American Show-Offs, the team that you voted in to challenge against the Gorillas of Destiny at Extreme Rules. Cody Rhodes will take on Tanga of the Gorillas of Destiny, the second longest reigning champions in the history of this universe as it currently stands. Cody Rhodes going to be squaring off against them right here, right now. Well, Tanga even. Last week we saw these two men knocking off War Machine in a thrilling contest, and it showed how they were able to control things, how they were able to handle business, how they were able to take care of the details essentially. Lock off the ring, prevent the tags, keep the offense going, quick tags in and out. And it led to a victory that they can be very, very happy with indeed. Here they come towards the ring. Becky Lynch in tow, of course, has been reduced to essentially nothing more than a valet over these last few weeks, following her unsuccessful ventures in the attempt to regain the Smackdown Women's Championship that she lost to Nikki Cross. Tonga standing alongside Tanga, much the same as how Dolph Ziggler is on the outside. The tag team champions who have been through every team almost, I think, but one. And that one is the American Show-Offs. These two have not faced in a tag team match since the American Show-Offs have formed, but they will, of course, next Sunday. Now, though, it is time for Tanga to try and get some experience here. And it is time for him to try and beat a guy who has been on a roll over these last few months. We're back to Survivor Series, eliminating half of the British Empire. Final man standing for that team, before being eliminated by Drew McIntyre. And of course, Dolph Ziggler, a semi-finalist in the WWE Championship Tournament. A lot of singles success, a bit of tag success thrown in there as well. And of course, with you having voted in the American Show-Offs, the hope is there for them to take home tag team gold next Sunday, but the hope has been there for a lot of tag teams ever since May last year, when Tanga and Tonga beat War Machine for those tag team titles. Irish Whip, counted here by Cody. Talked about this before. 4 world titles between Cody and Dolph. US title reigns. Intercontinental title reigns as well, I believe. Tag team titles, though, only on one side. Ziggler, very experienced in tag team wrestling. Cody Rhodes has not achieved any tag team success to my knowledge. Oh, good count there by Cody, and a nice drop kick to follow it up after it as well, taking the silverback gorilla off his feet. Cody just trying to slow things down, trying to keep the big man pressed on the mat right here. Trying to prove that there's no kind of, I don't want to say fear, but there's no kind of idea of any lack of confidence for the American Show-Offs. But great Hurricanrana there from the big man. Back elbow there to Cody now, looking for a quick strike. Rhodes countered there, good knee in the gut. Rhodes, drop kick, countered by Tanga. Tonga, you can see cheering up. Becky Lynch just kind of standing there, as she was last week. Cody, look for something. Tanga though, reading a lot of the moves of Cody Rhodes right now. Certainly say over the last 2 weeks, it may well be the case that Tonga and Tanga have been studying Rhodes and Ziggler ahead of this match to realize how they might be able to read them successfully and how they might be able to beat them. What a counter there by Tanga. The way he caught that neck breaker on the way down and turned it into one of his own. Exceptional work, lifting up Cody Rhodes right now. What could we see from him here? Turns him round. Just throwing him away with that back suplex. No mercy showing in it. Rhodes is not looking that good right now. A crash doll, and look at this, a move right out of Cody's book. Alabama slam to Cody. Ziggler getting involved. Referee having to take care of that. Interesting to see that from Ziggler. And meanwhile, catching the leg. Beautiful move there by Cody. Very innovative indeed. And now this is where the American Nightmare will want to turn things around. Working on the leg, perhaps thinking that the Nightmare lock might be able to do the job to finish things out here. Of course, Cody brought a new move to his arsenal a few months ago in Din's Fire, and it has proven to be ever so successful since bringing it to the table. He executes it here tonight. Could have bring about victory for them. Side headlock on Tanga with a distraction from Ziggler. The reason why Cody was able to hit that reverse DDT. Amazing to see the Gorillas of Destiny have not done anything in this match. They've kept themselves to themselves. Shocks do happen, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Alabama slam again from Tanga here. Really trying. That is a move with enough force to generate some whiplash. But so too is this. Gun stun from Tanga. Taking the move of his brother. Cover and Ziggler getting involved. Distracting the referee there, preventing the count from taking place. And that has allowed Cody right back into it. Bulldog from Rhodes there. And the referee is definitely not having anything here tonight. Ziggler is out of here as well, and I'll be honest, fair is fair. I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But Tanga now can take full advantage. No Ziggler to worry about. The chair is thrown out of the ring. Rhodes is still down on the mat, and Tanga just in complete control right now and ready to end things. Another Alabama slam. Complete dominance in this match by Tanga over Cody Rhodes, and it is victory for the Gorillas of Destiny and for Tanga here. And that sets the shape firmly ahead of this Sunday. That definitely changes a good amount of things. Sorry, next Sunday for Extreme Rules. A big win for Tanga and a very unopposed win as well. The American show-offs, I think, are going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what works if they want to walk out with those tag team titles. This is what has made them so dangerous for so long. Well, it's time for our main event of the evening. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Samoa Joe. This is going to be a good one. Two hard-hitting men colliding. I'm ready. Well, Nakamura has certainly been a guy who has been around the block on Smackdown Live as of late, but a guy who's been pushed back to the sideline in terms of one man. Kazuchika Okada. Nakamura, of course, turned his back on Okada at Fastlane, beat him at No Way Out, and has kept his name around a little bit and has tried to get under his skin a little bit. But it's all been almost for nothing, because Okada is desperate with one man, Corin. And they meet next Sunday at Extreme Rules for what I hope and I pray is the very last time. And everything is on the line. Okada's career is the big thing at stake. And Nakamura, you've got to imagine, there's a part of him that would love to see that man gone. That would love to know that he wakes up one morning still a member of the Smackdown Live roster, and Kazuchika Okada doesn't. He officially has to retire because Corin did it. Is it that part of Nakamura that wishes he was the one to retire him? I don't know. The King of Strong Style has always worked in mysterious ways. The King of Backstabbing has done the same as well. Well, his opponent is not a man who goes behind someone's back. His opponent is not one to stab someone from behind. His opponent is to stab someone right in their eyes. And through the heart as well, so they can look at them while they bleed out. Samoa Joe heading towards the ring. A man with a mean streak, there's no doubt about that one. And a man who would love another win here. A man who was screwed out of the WWE Championship tournament because of the man he faces right now. You may remember back in the round of 16, Okada versus Joe. It was a pretty entertaining contest, but it was Shinsuke Nakamura who took matters into his own hands. A low blow to Kazuchika Okada continued him on in the tournament, and Joe was out from that moment on. However, Joe does get the chance for a little bit of revenge here this evening. Let's see if he can pull it off just the way he would want to. A very nice victory in the main event of SmackDown Live. Plenty to talk about this evening. Shawn Michaels and Matt Riddle, I think, is the main story to take away from it all. Very, very interesting evening indeed. And now we get to cap it off with, if Nakamura is able to keep himself to himself, a very entertaining main event. There's no doubt about it. Nakamura may be, he may be a backstabber. He may be an untrustworthy guy. He may well be a very, I don't want to use that swear word on him because I kind of reserve them for Corin. But he is a damn good wrestler. One of the longest reigning world champions in the history of this universe. Intercontinental champion to go with it. Nakamura has achieved an awful lot within this universe and definitely would like to keep things going for his career. Came over to SmackDown Live in 2017's draft, just 5 days after losing his, was it one day? I can't remember actually. It was pretty close after losing his his World Heavyweight Championship, and he made an immediate impact when he challenged for the WWE title. But his big impact was felt last September when he turned on Kazuchika Okada. Thought he was going to come to the rescue, thought he was going to assist his friend, the man who looked up to him A man who looked up to Nakamura at one point towards another WWE title, but it was the complete opposite. It was Nakamura who screwed Okada out of the WWE title. And we have talked a lot about Corin and his ways and how he has taken the whole... What's the word I'm looking for? Taken the whole, not blame, credit for what he's done. For Nakamura, for Okada's shift from Rainmaker to broken Kazuchika, from broken Okada basically. Little red Kazu. And you could have every reason to say maybe it was Corin who started that. But Nakamura had just as much of a part to play in it, I think, as Corin did, because he was the one who started the downward spiral. It was Corin who capitalized on it. And I will say it is Corin who worsened it as well. Especially with the interference at Survivor Series, the win at Fully Loaded, and of course, eliminating him from the Royal Rumble. Okada got some revenge on Nakamura when he eliminated him in the Royal Rumble. But Corin has forced the desperate hand of Okada. And we'll see it next Sunday. Big exploder there by Nakamura, looking to try and finish off Samoa Joe here. Lifts him up to his feet. Is a Kinshasa maybe on its way? No, an explosion of shots though. Trying to weaken that jawline of Samoa Joe, trying to make it so that when that Kinshasa strikes, there is only one thing that is happening. A victory for Shinsuke Nakamura is what he would like. Good dropkick there from Joe, though. Up against the ropes is Nakamura. Joe missed with that lariat, but it's alright. Stun gun. Unable to stay in control, however. Counter there by Nakamura. I think a strong style might have been thinking another forearm. Got denied there. Look at the strength now of Joe, just muscling him up. Big suplex. This is what it's all about. This is what I enjoy watching about SmackDown Live. There may well be a lot of drama, but there definitely is a lot of great wrestling as well. Uranagi slam from Joe. And might he think a Kikina clutch can finish things already? He might look for it. Nakamura gives him his back. And Joe gives him the Kikina clutch. Nakamura too far away from the ropes to reach for them. But too early in this match for him to tap out either. He may well be a backstabber, but one thing he is not is a quitter. And one thing he might well be is the winner. Kinshasa. 1, 2, oh. Kick out at 2. A very, very quick Kinshasa, but one that was not enough to result in victory. Samoa Joe back up on his feet and ready to go back to work. Nakamura on the outside right now. Joe joining him out there. Into the barricade. Look at these quick strikes from Joe as well. Just unloading with strike after strike. But oh, Nakamura hitting the heaviest. This is what these two men bring to the table. Their versatile offense, but their heavy, hard-hitting strikes as well. Nakamura didn't get the name the King of Strong Style for no reason. And he's making sure that everyone knows why. Big knee into the jaw of Joe there. Cut on the face of Nakamura there, and you can see that it was Joe's hands that caused it. Blood on the hand of Joe. Blood that belongs to Shinsuke Nakamura. Big lariat there from Joe. You can see how much force he was putting into it. Nakamura stumbling back a little bit right now, recovering up against the ropes. And this time, Nakamura goes outside of the ring. And Joe certainly happy that that could happen as well. On the outside, these two guys might go back to battling again. No, Joe wants to send them right back in the ring. Seems he only had that in mind. Oh, just to inflict some hurt on Nakamura. Who, of course, will be wanting to bounce back from the surprise loss 2 weeks ago to Kota Ibushi. I talked about it earlier. But it was a big loss for Nakamura. And I wonder how well he's taken it since then. Backstabber, how apt. How apt, given what I've said about him. Cover here. Will it put away Joe? No. Kick out of 2 by Samoa Joe there. Nakamura not done enough to put him away just yet. Hard chop in the chest. Counter there by Samoa Joe. Back suplex. Yes. Saito suplex, rather. Joe still has Nakamura right where he wants him. Uranagi slam into the mat. Nowhere near the ropes, but it's nowhere near enough. A 1 count. Well. Corner there, but attacking the arm there. Good idea by Samoa Joe. Can he? Mighty think muscle buster, Kakina clutch. Oh, not when Nakamura is hitting a hard elbow like that. Big kick in the face as well. So he backed up a little bit, get a bit of a run up on it. Nakamura now, knee in the face. Samoa Joe forcing himself right back up to his feet though. Front face lock on Nakamura. And going after the open wound with some heavy hits right there. Suplex, nailed it. Great little quick flurry of moves by Samoa Joe. Is he thinking though, but it might be time to end things. Rolling Nakamura's legs from underneath him. The King of Strong Style all of a sudden starting to slow down a little bit. Dragon Screw might get him back into the swing of things though. Kicking the ribs. Nakamura, his moveset being limited right now. Just a few strikes here and there. Counter there by Samoa Joe, and another Saito suplex down on the head. Nakamura's head being worked over a lot. Maybe it will be the Kakina clutch. Maybe it will be a tap out win for Joe here. Oh, look at this strength. Nakamura passenger. Deadlift powerbomb. And if Okada cannot hit this on Nakamura, Samoa Joe has no problem doing it for himself. Corner, Inzaguri, loaded up and struck. Nakamura has no answer to anything right now. Samoa Joe might have already finished this, and he's just applying more damage because he wants to, because he enjoys it. Shin lock there for a little bit. Nakamura brought back up to his feet. A second Uranagi slam to a helpless Nakamura. It's almost like he's sending a message with his brutality now. And again though, Nakamura kicks at it too. Again, he tries to fight on with that kick out. But again, he just finds himself at the mercy of Samoa Joe. Rolling out of the ring there. This could be the part where the backstabbing side of Nakamura, the coy side of him, comes out. All it takes is a low blow. But oh, look at that. But Joe stopping it in his tracks. Big powerbomb. High bridge after it as well. Nasty landing for Nakamura, and it's done it. Joe wins. And it certainly became a matter in that match of not if, but when. When Joe was going to beat him. And the answer was with that powerbomb. The Kakina clutch probably would have done it a long time before. But Joe, it was apt, it seemed, on sending a message. And it is a message that he has sent here to close out SmackDown Live. There is your winner in the main event of this episode. Plenty to talk about indeed. And it has not finished. Samoa Joe has demanded a microphone. And he's got his wish as well. Joe with a microphone in hand now. Saying that he's not here to make friends. He's not here to make fans. His goal on SmackDown Live is to win the WWE title. And he needs to prove it. He knows Brock Lesnar is supposed to be this big bad bully around here. But he is more than happy to tell us Samoa Joe is exactly the same. Are you kidding me? Oh, he is not. Samoa Joe is challenging Brock Lesnar for the WWE title at Extreme Rules. He wants SmackDown to have a fighting champion, not a part-timer. He wants to end the stranglehold that Lesnar has on the WWE title. He wants to be the fighting champion around here. He wants to be WWE champion. Ho 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 ho. And look at this. Joe keeping on going. He's trying to get under the Brock's skin right now, seeing does he have the balls to face him? Is he ready to get his ass beat by the true beast? He wants Brock to prove that he's not scared. He wants Brock to prove that he's not just a part-timer, that he'll come out here right now. There is silence though from Lesnar, and Joe keeps on talking. He wants an answer, and he's not leaving this ring until he gets one. The people are not leaving this arena until they get one. We have all night. Samoa Joe saying that how about he comes backstage and finds him. He can take the title away from him right here, right now. They don't have to wait until Extreme Rules. Samoa Joe is more than happy to battle the beast back there. Joe trying to get under his skin. And the ploy has worked. That harkens the arrival of one man. Brock Lesnar's here. Oh my God. Now we're talking. The Beast wasn't backing down from the fighting talk. The WWE Champion is here. And he's heading towards the ring. And Joe dropped the mic and he was ready to fight. Lesnar is on Smackdown Live for the first time since minutes before the Royal Rumble. Since the last show before the Royal Rumble. And Lesnar's here again. Joe stands on the outside. And Joe gets in the ring. Brock throws down the title. They're staring each other face to face and Lesnar swings first. Lesnar swings first. And Joe off his feet. The fight is on. Here we go, everyone. This is what we want as the WWE title match at Extreme Rules, and this is what we are getting. Lesnar and Joe swinging almost blanks on one another right now. Cornering Ziggler, and the Beast goes off his feet. This is what we wanted. This is what we're getting. Uppercut. Lesnar goes down to one knee. Joe has him. Joe has the upper hand right now. Lesnar catches him though. Oh yes. Look at this. The fight is on. The referee's just standing there and I don't blame him. He just lugged Joe over his head like he was nothing. Fighting talk is one thing, but fighting is another. Both these guys are pretty damn good at it though. And the fight is on between them right now. Into the barricade we go. Only briefly though. Joe fighting back. Up and over. Into the crowd. Samoa Joe and Lesnar are going to do battle in the crowd here. They're going to fight in the crowd. But they're going to fight next Sunday for the WWE title at Extreme Rules. Beast versus Submission Machine. Which one is the true Beast? Which one will be the WWE Champion? We'll find out at Extreme Rules. We're out of time on SmackDown Live though. We've got to go. We'll see you next week.